Hello and welcome to Whimsy Creek Art. All right, we're going to continue with our Basics of Paint Pour series, and this is episode 5, and it's a flip cup technique. So this is a very basic beginner technique. It's a great for a beginner. We've got a 10 by 10 inch canvas. In this video, we've got 4 different pours, so stick around for all 4, and there'll be all types of tips and tricks kind of sprinkled throughout the video. And so we're just using paint that was mixed up in episode 2 of this series. And in each of the descriptions of these this whole series will be the links for each of the videos in case you missed any of them and need to go back and take a look or anything like that. So this paint has the darkest blue and the darkest pink have just 1 or 2 drops of silicone treadmill oil in them. And those are the only 2 colors that have silicone. So all right, we had about 4 ounces of paint in that cup. We're going to go ahead and turn that cup over on the canvas and flip it over. And so I'm just getting the little bit of excess out as much as I can out there. And so what we see there, that white going across the top, is in the paint pour world or even kind of the resin world, you call that kind of lacing. So this one has some beautiful lacing across the top. It also has quite a few cells, but the cells are going to continue to kind of emerge and pop out as we kind of spread the paint across the canvas and tilt it and kind of spread it out. There'll be more and more cells popping out. Notice I'm putting my hand at kind of an L, getting it to the edge, making sure I get all the sides, the edges, and each of the corners. So I'm tilting it to each of the corners, then back to the center a little bit, then to each of the corners. So this one would be a beautiful background for a mermaid painted on top. I love to do flip cups and use them actually as backgrounds. And you can stencil on top, do paint on top, all kinds of things. But always remember, your paint pours are going to take about 3 to 4 weeks to completely dry before you can paint on them or do anything on top. So all right, giving it a little bit of a torch, but it didn't really have too many bubbles, didn't really have too many cells really pop up after the torch, but that's okay. I'm happy with the results. I think it would be a beautiful background for like a mermaid. So stay tuned, in a few weeks we might actually do that. So all right, here's a close-up and a few close-up shots, and then we're gonna go ahead and do another flip cup, and I'll give you some tips and tricks on that one as well. In this next one, we're going to do some whites and blues and greens, and we're going to layer them in the cup just like we did that last one. So I'm just using the cups that I have a little bit of paint in. I might as well use up that last little bit. We're just using leftover paint that we had mixed up from the last few videos. So the dark navy that I first started with and the darker green each have 2 drops of treadmill oil in it, and it's just those 2 colors that have the treadmill oil. So we're going to use a variety of greens, yellows, blues, a little bit of white in this one, and we're just layering it through. So you can kind of see how I am just making sure to kind of pour those in at a good height, and that makes sure it pours in and goes all the way through the colors instead of actual puddles, layers of each color. So all right, now we're just flipping that over. So real quick tip is, if you just pull it straight up, it's going to drip down into it, and sometimes you might like that look. But what I'm going to do is I just pull it just straight down and tilt it, and then notice there's ribbons of paint still kind of flowing out. Well, I just kind of pulled those ribbons of paint that were still flowing out through it a little bit just to break that up, and it pulled some of that darker navy that was at the bottom, and it ribboned that across the surface. So now we're just putting our hands at an L, dragging the paint across to the corner, back to the center a little bit, to the next corner, back center to the next corner. And so we had quite a few cells that popped up right away. And so they actually stretched out to make some lovely bigger cells. And then we do have a variety of kind of smaller cells. And then the upper right corner, we have some lacing. So I kind of like the variety I got in this one. And I really like that I pulled those ribbons of blue across as I flipped the cup, then I just pulled that excess blue across it. And so that created some blue in some different areas, some darker blue in the areas. So, all right, here is a little bit of a close-up, and you can see kind of the different larger cells, some little smaller cells peeking up through, and then even a little bit of white kind of lacing up here in the corner. So this one kind of reminds me almost of Seahawks colors, but we would need a little bit of silver in there, but it's kind of almost kind of Seahawks colors. But all right, so we're gonna do 2 more flip cups in this video, and so the next one we're actually gonna do a triple flip cup. So on the same 10 by 10 inch canvas, we're gonna do 3 different flip cups, and so I'm gonna show you kind of how I would do a triple flip cup. And honestly, it's probably better to do this on a larger canvas, but for this series we're using these 10 by 10 inch canvases. So I have 2 really small, three really small solo cups. They're really small. I think they're about 1 ounce. So for this one, we're going to use both of the shades of pink, both of the shades of yellow, and then the orange and the white. So the darker pink and the darker yellow do have silicone, and they each have 2 drops of silicone in each of them. So we're just layering those pinks, layering those yellows, and we're layering those in the little tiny cups. We don't need much paint because we're also going to have a little bit of white negative space here, and I'm going to show you. It's not going to be too much negative space, but just a little bit. So don't want too much orange. We mainly want the yellows and pinks, so I put just a tad bit of orange because orange will take over if I put too much. So, all right, just layering these in here until we get about 1 ounce in each of these cups. And then I'll show you a little trick. There's several different ways where you could flip 3 cups, but I'm going to show you actually how I do it. And so you can use an old credit card, an old gift card, anything that's like super flat. But what I have here, and you can see it kind of that orange thing to the right, I'm going to grab it here in just a second, but it is it's like a plastic bench scraper for like baking. It's for cake decorating. You can flatten, smooth down fondant with it, but I just got it on Amazon. It's got a super flat edge. That's what you're looking for. Anything with a super flat edge there. So like a gift card, credit card would work, but you flip each of the cups onto that surface, and then just very carefully pull them off of your little gift card, or your little, any plastic little piece will work with anything that has a really small edge. So you just flip each of those cups over like that, and then I am going to go ahead and put some white around each of the cups just to kind of give a little bit of white negative space there. But all this paint is just mixed up the same. It's all mixed the same, and episode 2 shows how I mix the paint, and it's just with US Floetrol. And so in this series we're using that 24-piece Craft Smart set, so we're using all those colors. So all right, just flipping each of these over. That one had quite a bit of paint still in it, so I just tossed it over there to the left bottom to let some of that excess kind of get out there. So all right, now we're just going to go to each of the corners, back to the center, each of the corners. And so that is kind of a demonstration on how you would do like a triple flip cup. And a lot of times this is really nice on some larger canvases if you're going to do a really big canvas but still want to do a flip cup technique. If you were to do just a really really large cup, you're going to risk really muddying those colors by the time you've tilted to get to all the edges of a large canvas. So one of the tips I like to do if I'm doing a flip cup on a really large canvas is I like to do the flip cup with multiple cups. So you could do a triple, you could do as many cups as you need of paint, as many flip cups as you need for a large canvas. It just depends on the size of canvas you're going to use. So all right, here is a close-up of this one. And then we have one more for this video. And so when the last few videos, we've actually mixed up quite a few of these colors. And so I have had press and seal plastic wrap over the top of them to keep them well, but that'll only last a day or two. So now I've got a bunch of leftover colors. So now I'm going to show how I would do a triple flip cup to just use up those leftover colors. It's a great way to use up a bunch of leftover colors if you need to. So we're going to just do one more triple flip cup just like we did the last one. And so I'm kind of the two left cups putting more of kind of cooler colors. They're kind of more the blues and purples and pinks, and then this right cup is going to have kind of the more warmer colors. It's got more of the yellows and orange and a little bit of that lighter green color. And so this actually is going to end up being a background for a later painting that I'm going to embellish. So kind of think kind of Halloween. So this is going to be embellished to be a Halloween pour. Once it is dry, I will paint something on top of that. So that'll be a later video. In like a month I'll do an embellished this paint pour. So this is just a great way to use up all this little bits that we have left. We have a bunch of paint just mixed up, leftovers. And so I'm just giving a little bit in each of these cups, about 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces in each of the 3 cups. And we're going to end up with actually way more paint than we need, but that's okay. So, alright, we're going to just flip these exactly how we flipped those last ones with that plastic it's a bench scraper. And so just flip them over, slide them real carefully onto the surface. If a little gets out, it's no big deal. Flip each one out, slide it onto the surface, and then that's all. And so this one I'm going to have a little bit of black negative space. It's really not going to end up that much black negative space. The color's really going to take over on this one. But alright, so we're going to put a little bit of black down in between each of the cups and all around the edges. And so this one is going to end up kind of funky because the cups are kind of totally different colors. And so it's going to look like kind of almost mismatched, but I really actually like how bright and fun this one turned out. So we're just flipping that over. And okay, flipping each of the cups, pulling a little bit out. There's not much really there, so didn't really do much. And then we're going to go ahead and tilt. Ooh, that one flipped over kind of up under the black. So some interesting cells that are popping up from under the black. That's kind of neat. So, all right. This one is going to be exactly how I needed it for a Halloween. We're going to paint something kind of Halloween-y on the top of it once the paint pour is all dry. So I'll have some videos coming out soon of embellished paint pours, meaning just added to paint pours is all that means. So all right, giving it a little torch, and then we're going to go ahead and give some close-ups. And so, all right, I hope you were able to gain a little bit of knowledge from this. Let me know if you have any questions. And then the next episode, episode 6, will be our swipe. So that is actually one of my very favorite paint pours, is the swipe technique. So I can't wait to share you my tips and tricks for the swipe technique. But if you missed any of 1 through 4 or any of the other episodes, they will be linked in the description box. And so thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And remember, be the change you want to see in the world. All right, thank you so much.